I'm starting this YouTube channel to help victims heal from toxic relationships that also grew up in abusive homes and were in scapegoat-type situations. In order to help others, I'm going to talk about my family history that I feel was an abusive pattern affecting great-grandparents, grandparents, my parents, and then myself, causing me to be in many abusive relationships with significant others that have narcissism, ASPD, histrionic, borderline, sadism, and bipolar. I have experience with every cluster B disorder, as well as bipolar, manic depression, body dysmorphic disorder, social phobia, perfection anxiety, OCPD, and OCD. Also, my ex-husband tried to trap me by attempting suicide. I'm staying disguised so I can give detailed information in order to help people more, although people come out that were victims of abuse or with different conditions trying to help others. They still do not tell all details. I feel that hearing them might help the shame of some people. It might help them heal, knowing others have been through similar situations. What do I feel causes abused children to cause sadism, NPD, or BPD the most? Sexual molestation or rape of very young children. I've heard Leon Walker touch on it, a NPD/bipolar now helping others, which I appreciate. Every cluster B person, brave coming out doing this. He's correct. My husband's ex-wife had a great-grandfather that molested many in her family. It caused her to mirror every person she was in a relationship with, and she still mirrors me, the new wife, even though we're now separated. My mom's family the same, too. All cluster Bs, this scapegoat child, possibly a super empathy. I hate using that word. I see it divide us, when in reality, cluster B people and super empaths grew up in shitty cluster B, very abusive childhood homes. I believe I would qualify as a super empathy. I love giving to, and helping others. I have intuitive gifts, possibly inherited, but honestly, being on high alert probably from my home environment. I realized I was a scapegoat child when reading about horrific triangulation that a covert malignant narcissist, sadistic with borderline, did to me. There is stood in the same paragraph, OMG, I was abused by a borderline or narcissist mother, even suicidal at times. A sadistic controlling father, both could be loving. Both high anxiety, depression, and my siblings and I grew up in such a toxic environment. I now realized I dated 5 potential narcissists/borderline/sociopaths/sadists/bipolars due to never feeling good enough being the scapegoat of my mother. Dad worked tons, Mom helped run a family business and was a stay-home mom. My father was rarely home. He loved fishing in Lake Erie and took us kids many weekends, just my brother, sister, and I with our dad. I learned many years later, as an adult from my sister also abused as mom's golden child, that my mother slept with many men when dad was camping with us, or a short period they were broken up. Some were even our dad's supposed friends. In my opinion, those weren't true friends. In mom's defense, dad wasn't too affectionate as she seemed to need, and was extremely controlling. Mom still shouldn't have cheated, dad never did. He's very misogynistic though, so I see why mom could get unhappy. I saw them nearly split up around age 12. So what led to my parents' condition? My next video number 2 will explain sad detailed child abuse both sides went through, back my family chain in which I feel played a role. I hope these are helpful to cluster Bs holding shame, and people who have been abused by various disordered people. I hope my videos help everyone speaking the unspoken.